Home Affairs and the Hawks and our police, our law enforcement, this case won't become another Pastor Bushiri, or this case won't become again the Guptas, where people run away from our country, run away from our law enforcement, because South Africa is going to make sure that we protect our borders. South Africa is going to make sure those who are thinking of coming, because I can guarantee you one thing, many of those Nigerians who are coming here and calling South Africa, most of them are paid YouTubers. They are sponsored videos to tarnish the name of South Africa. We know it. You are being paid. Chidimma VANESSA, we are voting. South Africa, we must vote in numbers. Don't spend that money. Vote for our girl. Vote. They said she's our girl. We are voting for her.
South Africa, you take the time to come out here and try to shine a light on this particular young girl because of supposed papers. It wasn't her fault she was born there in 2001.
She was not born in South Africa.
But you don't take the time, according to me, my views, you don't take the time to question this freaking Orania.
Yeah, that thing has been there for years.
Yes, this Orania that's there.
The child that was registered was Miss Chidimma VANESSA, Onwe, Adetshina. She then spent months before she could be given a new identity number. She was eventually given a new identity number. Home Affairs has visited the address listed for Miss Adetshina's mother and that of the lady whose ID was stolen. The information shared by the family of the lady whose ID was stolen in Tsonga matches the details contained in DHA records. The department's investigation is at an advanced stage. This investigation now includes the involvement of the Directorate for Priority Crime Investigation, the Hawks, and DPCI. The department's drive towards digitalization will eliminate instances of fraudulent interference. This case highlights the need for caution as the department implements the court order on blocked IDs.
We're tired of these things. We're going to clean up this country. I just hope these people, they must not disappear, guys. The Hawks, our police, our law enforcement, the airports, in the borders, tighten up. We cannot allow these people to escape our country. And those who are still having those fraudulent IDs, we're talking to you. You're going to bring them. You're going to bring them. We're going to deal with you. You thought South Africa it's a playing field. No.
We do have the evidence that we received from the hospitals, from DHA archives, from the municipalities that points us to the real person whose identity was stolen. So
they're posting this and they're calling South African racist, xenophobics, yada 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 yada. Man, you know what? The level of stupidity that Nigerians are showing in this situation is proof that they have no respect for people's countries. You guys literally have countries that don't want your passports anymore. Chidimma's situation is not the same like this girl. This girl did not, her mother did not steal no one's identity. The father did not lie about coming here in 2010. They did not do any type of fraud.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending what time you're watching this video. My name is Hlulani, the Tsonga Prince from South Africa. If it's the first time you bump into this face, kindly, please subscribe. Hit that subscribe button with fair too, because I can see you're not subscribing. Hit that button, guys. Come on. I'm a subscribers. Come on, guys. Come on. What are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button. So, guys, I've got this. This has been going on for a very long time. And we're back and back and back and back and back. And we're smiling this time because there is progress. Home Affairs, and I know I'm talking to mostly to this, I know here in South Africa, we've already got the story, what's going on, but I know a lot of Nigerians, they want to be ignorant. They don't want to hear it, but I want to make this video special for you guys so that you can see what is going on. We've been saying the same thing and the results just the same thing. Nothing will change, will stay the way it is. We told you, we've been telling you for the past 3 weeks or the past 1 month, but you were not listening to us. Maybe it is time you start listening to us. So, guys, I just hope also Home Affairs and the Hawks and our police, our law enforcement, this case won't become another Pastor Bushiri, or this case won't become again the Guptas, where people run away from our country, run away from our law enforcement, because the stories, the way things are going on, guys, the way things are going on, I'm starting to believe that these people, they want to go. I'm sure they're in contact with Bushiri. Bushiri, how did you do it? How did you? And all of a sudden, we don't know where they are. I just hope the Hawks, our law enforcement, Home Affairs, close the borders. Falanama border. These 2 or these 3 must not get out of our country, because should they get out of our country, we'll be using our taxpayers' money to bring them back in South Africa, and that's going to take another many years to bring them back. Because now apparently they're playing mind games with Home Affairs, with our investigating officers. They're doing this and this and this and this and this and this. It is time that our law enforcement wake up, and this of Pastor Bushiri, the Guptas must never repeat. Because even today, we are still waiting for Bushiri to come back and answer in South Africa. But Bushiri, ujile fast. Ujile fast. The next one will be these Nigerians, baja fast. We cannot allow it, guys. We cannot allow it. We are asking Home Affairs to make sure nothing is leaking. We are asking the Hawks, please, because we can see what's going to happen now. Whatever happened with Pastor Bushiri, all of a sudden Pastor Bushiri was back in Malawi. We cannot allow a situation like that to happen again. They cannot embarrass us. Should this happen again, I promise you, people will keep on taking advantage of our laws in this country. We need to make sure these people, we need to see them in court. We need to see them in court. Ujafas, it won't work. So the borders, our valley, everywhere, airports, they must make sure. So we're hearing that the passport, Chidimma, as we speak, she's no more a South African citizen, which makes us happy. I feel sad at the same time. I don't want to lie to you guys. I feel sad at the same time because she's going through whatever she's going through because of what the mother and the father have done. So if there's somebody to blame, it's not us. She must blame her parents. But why? Why? Why abanzile so? Why still? And we've been saying this for many years. People call us names, call us xenophobic, Afrophobic, whatever names they called us South Africans. But what I'm happy is that it did not lead to violence. Because should that have led to that, it would be another story again. I just want to say to our South African people, thank you for behaving. Thank you for conducting yourself as good citizens, as we know as South African, we are good citizens. We must continue to be like this, and let our law enforcement to deal with these criminal people. We must send them one by one at home, back home. If you came here, you climbing in the back of the crocodile, climbing in the back of the donkey. No, we're not gonna let you do those things anymore. It is time South Africa shows that we are not here to play around. South Africa is going to make sure that we protect our borders. South Africa is going to make sure those who are thinking of coming, because I can guarantee you one thing, many of those Nigerians who are coming here and calling South Africa, most of them are paid YouTubers. They are sponsored videos to tarnish the name of South Africa. We know it. You are being paid. If you are not paid, some of them is the people who still believe they can come to this country illegally. We don't want illegal foreigners in this country. We know you. That's what you're playing. That's why you're fighting so hard. And we know some of you is because your brothers and sisters that are here illegal. That's why you're fighting so hard, so that it must not reach to, it will reach to them. You can fight and fight as much as you want, but it's coming to them. It is coming to them. We are happy that these three, the ID document or passport has been blocked. They can't travel using our South African IDs or a South African document. At least the father said she has a dual citizenship. She can use the Nigerian one. They say she was not They say she's not Nigerian, she's South African. Now she's becoming South African. Now the Nigerians, they don't want her to come and compete there. We see what's happening. Even though you're pretending that you like, we know you don't like, we've been voting. Me, I voted 1,000 times. If they say they open up those votes again, I'm going to vote another 3,000 times. We make sure our girl bring that trophy back home. Our fraudulent girl, she must show you how they do it. We're going to make sure she brings it back home. Guys, her parents did this girl wrong. There's no way, there's no other way. We don't know if she participated when she grew up. Maybe she found out, maybe when she was 16 years old. Maybe she found out, maybe when she was 17 years old, but she still continued. But the audacity that if she knew, I'm not saying she knew, guys. I'm not saying she did know. It looks like she did not know. Maybe she knew, but the behavior that she's, whatever's playing now, I like even lying to what do you call this? But working that Bruce guy. The president of Miss Universe in Nigeria, she said, I'm a South African, my mother, she's South African, and all of these things, and Home Affairs come with these findings. She's lying to him, or he's lying. And that Bruce guy must come here in South Africa. Guys, we must start calling for that, for our law enforcement to bring that man to come here, because what they're doing is they're destroying the image of this country. They're slandering the image of this country. And these people are sitting there in Nigeria destroying our country. I need to compile a video where we shame all these people who have been talking nonsense about our country. And that maybe our law enforcement must get into those people. They must bring them here. We want you to come here and come and answer for slandering our country, spreading rumors about our country. Because this is bad. It's very bad for to the rest of the cause. There's a lot of people watching these things and people being told South African are xenophobic, South African are Afrophobic, because so many people are going on with this and many people already believe. Billions and billions of people are believing this nonsense because we're being slandered by this country. We should not let it go. Our government must deal with these people and brings them to justice. Because we cannot allow them. This is slandering our country. This is slandering our country. We should not allow them to do what they're doing. South Africa must fight and stop these people for spreading these false allegations about our country. We cannot allow it, guys. We cannot allow them to keep on doing this. I want to play you a couple of videos. And I'll play you also videos. This video is going to be long, guys. It's going to be long. But it's going to be long. I want to educate the Nigerians that here in South Africa, we've got laws. And we've got laws that works. Though sometimes they run. Like Bushiri, like the Guptas. But this time, we must make sure these people, we want to see them in court. We are going there. But if we vote for Chidimma VANESSA, we are voting. South Africa, we must vote in numbers. Don't spend that money. Vote for our girl. Vote. They said she's our girl. We are voting for her. Even though now the ID and whatever is been frozen. We don't know which document is she going to use. Allegedly. Let me use the word allegedly. Hey, because I know you. Allegedly, the IDs have been frozen. The IDs have been frozen as we speak. So I don't know, maybe because she has Bruce said, the spokesperson Bruce said she has the father and Bruce. We saw him in person saying that she has a Nigerian citizenship and she also has South African one. So she can continue to use the South African one. Let's hope that she's not going to go to Nigeria and not come back home, because I'm sure this, though, okay, let me not put it, because this is more of the parents, the doing of the parents. Their doing is her lying, saying this investigation is been dropped. When she knows it very well, it is not been dropped. We are hearing that the parents, peace, hide. We'll get you guys. Let me play you this video.
South Africa, Afrophobic. We don't want Africa to come here, otherwise they'll take our jobs. That's the thing that always exists with South Africans. That's why I'm always hard on them. Because we want a united Africa. We want people to be united.
Yes.
Right? We want people to live together. I want to be able to go to South Africa. I want South Africans to be able to go to Nigeria, to Botswana, to Sierra Leone, to Morocco, to DR Congo, to Rwanda, to Kenya, to anywhere. We want to be able to move around so that we can do things that will be beneficial for all.
Yes.
You know, but the fact that South Africa has come out here and really like shine a light on this particular situation, on this issue.
That is actually disgusting.
It shows you almost like, South Africa, you take the time to come out here and try to shine a light on this particular young girl because of supposed papers. It wasn't her fault she was born there in 2001.
She was not born in South Africa.
But you don't take the time, according to me, my views, you don't take the time to question this freaking Orania.
Yeah, that thing has been there for years.
Yes, this Orania that's there.
It's like, why are you attacking this girl that has been literally been raised as a South African?
Yes, that's all she knows.
Yes.
Yes. But, you know, but the fact that they take so much time to go into the, no, we don't want her to represent this, her father is Nigerian and all this kind of thing. It's just very disappointing. It's messed up.
And even the fact of, like, you know, who let it out? Because I'm sure the Miss South Africa
who let it out?
That community, they have gone into, they vetted each.
Oh, she should have left with fraudulent stuff.
Contestant.
So
yes.
Who is the public now to say no?
It was so big and so loud that the Home Affairs of South Africa took the time to dive in and to go all the way into paperwork and all this kind of, to check the history and all this to see what's going on. And when they found certain things in there, it was so much on this girl that she herself decided to withdraw herself from the freaking pageant.
And now, because there's, even after she withdraws from the pageant, it's like people are just going to arrest her, even walking around there in wherever in South Africa that she lives.
Yes, and it just continues to still build this freaking narrative that exists out there that South Africa is very Afrophobic.
They are bullies, man, for this young girl.
Their priorities are messed up. Their priorities are all over the place.
That's sickening.
Yes, you want to attack this little girl. Okay, she's not a little girl. I'm sorry, Chidimma. Chidimma, we love you, by the way.
Yes.
You should be Miss South Africa. Actually, from now on, Chidimma, you are Miss Africa. You understand? We Pan-Africanism people, we believe that you should have been. In fact, you're very beautiful than most of those little chicks that were there. It's true. She's Miss Africa now.
Yes.
Yes.
Guys, I don't want to lie. There's nothing wrong of being Pan-African. And I said it so many times in this platform of mine. That when you are Pan-African, what happens is that your mind becomes like this. Your mind does not open up and see what's going on. Your mind, when you're told something, your mind is like this, and you'll stick to that because you don't want to say things that looks like it's not Pan-African. Like these people, like this two people here, the other one with a head like a potato or like a tomato, he's busy at slandering our country and doing all these things and calling us names and calling us xenophobic, Afrophobic, all these funny names. I don't know what type of a man is he, you know, and he's sitting there. I don't know if it's the wife or it's the girlfriend trying to impress each other. You just look. You can continue with your nonsense and do whatever you want to say about South Africa. It will never change. This country has laws, and you shall follow our laws when you come to our country. We welcome everybody in this country, but you must come right. No cornering here. No cornering here. You must come straight. Come straight so that we know who you are. So we know where you come from. Don't come here and come and steal our identities. Don't come to our country and come and do your nonsense and think you will get away with it because of your Pan-African thing. Take your Pan-African things to your country. Most of those people who want Pan-African things, they are opportunists. They've got their own agendas. Some of them have been paid to come and preach these Pan-African things. We're not going to preach Pan-African things. We must love each other, but we're not going to sit and preach Pan-African, because Pan-African, you will allow anything. Like what they're doing now, they're allowing nonsense. We must, here in South Africa, we must accept nonsense. We are not going to accept nonsense. We are sorry. We are sorry. We're not going to say because you are black now, we must accept nonsense. It's not going to happen. Guys, let's listen to Homa first. Now we're getting to the real business. We're getting into the real business. This is the business of today.
We are saying that Adetshina could not have participated in the alleged unlawful actions of her mother, as she was an infant at the time when the activities took place in 2001. The department has identified officials who registered the birth at the Home Affairs Office in Johannesburg. One of the officials has since passed on. The department is investigating 2 other officials who may have been involved in the alleged fraudulent scheme. And we have relied on records to establish that the South African mother, whose identity may have been stolen, was registered by her mother in 1982, and as a result, she entered the National Population Register. Her birth was registered in Tshwane, and in 1995, she applied for an ID. 3 months after she applied for the ID, she returned to Home Affairs to collect the ID. And on her return, she learned that her ID was issued in Johannesburg at an office where she had not applied for. She then gave birth in 2001. When she went to register her child at Home Affairs, that's when she discovered that there was a child registered under her ID number. And that child was 3 months at the time. So then there was no way that there would be, now she registered the first child, and now she come to register another one within the time frame. The child that was registered was Miss Chidimma VANESSA, Onwe Adetshina. She then spent months before she could be given a new identity number. She was eventually given a new identity number. Home Affairs has visited the address listed for Miss Adetshina's mother and that of the lady whose ID was stolen. The information shared by the family of the lady whose ID was stolen in Tshwane matches the details contained in DHA records. Ms. Adetshina's mother was issued with a promotion of Administrative Justice Act letter on the 7th August 2024. Her response to this letter will determine the final decision that the department will take in relation to the ID she is currently carrying. The ongoing investigation of the department is also looking at other areas that are important to the fair and accurate conclusion of this case. The department's investigation is at an advanced stage. This investigation now includes the involvement of the Directorate for Priority Crime Investigation, the HOCS, and DPCI. The department's drive towards digitalization will eliminate instances of fraudulent interference. This case highlights the need for caution as the department implements the court order on blocked IDs. And the department at this stage is obtaining legal advice on the implications of the alleged fraudulent activity on Ms. Adetshina's citizenship status. Thank you.
Yep, guys. I'm not going to repeat most of the things. I hope you are listening. I'm not going to repeat what she's been saying. And for those who don't understand, who don't even know who's the Hawks, I know a lot of you're probably saying now, who's the Hawks now? The Hawks, they are just as equal as the FBI. Once you involve the FBI, you know this matter is serious. For this matter to be involved, the Hawks to be involved, it's a serious matter. For those who never thought it's a serious matter, it is a very serious matter in South Africa. It's a serious crime. It's a serious crime. And all of those people have been defaming our country. Look, I'm going to put a video, put all those people, and we're going to push for our government to chase all those who've been defaming our country, slandering our country. This is South Africa. We told you this is not Banana Republic. We must be forced to accept things that we don't even know where this is coming from. We are here to defend our country. And those who want to sell our country, even those celebrities who came here trying to defend this, where are you now? What DJs Boo, where are you? What Pel Tuse, where are you? Eh? Where are you? What Lerato Hanyango, where are you? You talk nonsense, you talk too much. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you guys? You talk too much. You talk too much. What's so messy? Pel Tuse, Lerato Hanyango, DJs Boo. You came here insulting us South Africans because you put your people first. We always told you, South Africa first. It must always stay like that. South Africa first. Not that we don't love other people. We love them. We welcome them in our country. But don't come here cornering. We don't want you to be coming here cornering. Come straight. We're tired of these things. We're going to clean up this country. I just hope these people, they must not disappear, guys. The Hawks, our police, our law enforcement, the airports, in the borders, tighten up. We cannot allow these people to escape our country. And those who are still having those fraudulent IDs, we're talking to you. You're going to bring them. You're going to bring them. We're going to deal with you. You thought South Africa, it's a playing field. No. Yeah, you don't come and play here. Yeah? You don't come and play here. We're back and we're going to clean up the street. And look, whatever happens, these past elections, I think this is starting to look exciting, guys. Because I don't know if the ANC, I'm not saying ANC has not been doing a good job. I'm just saying I don't know. If they were still in charge, many things that are happening now would be happening. Because it seems like this new government is working. We just want you to keep it up. Keep on working. We want to see the government that operates. We don't want the government that sleeps. We want the government that operates. And we want the government that stands for South Africans. We don't want government that said it's going to sell out our country. You're not going to sell our country to the Europeans. You're not going to sell our country to no one. This country belongs to South Africans. It does not belong to anybody who's outside of our country. This country is ours. Don't sell our country. We're not going to allow you. Let's move on, guys. I don't want to make it too long. Let's go. Let's continue.
And on the evidence that Home Affairs has got to suggest that fraud and identity theft was committed, this is one of the matters that will be before court. And what I can say is that at this stage, we do have the evidence that we received from the hospitals, from DHA archives, from the municipalities, that points us to the real person whose identity was stolen. So, yes, we have indeed managed to trace the real mother of the former Miss SA contestant, and however, we always had his contact details when they asked us to investigate. At some stage, the contact detail that we were talking to her on, it just went missing and went unanswered. And we went to the address that we were given, and when we arrived, the last known address, they referred us to the lawyers. that we should speak to them through the lawyers, which is what is currently happening. And on the criminal cases, yes, we have said there that we are now working with the PCI on the matters, meaning that the police are involved, and we will take the matter further. On the question by Honorable Mudisa, are the officials still active? At this stage, the officials are still in the department. However, we are the investigation, really, as I say, it's at an advanced stage, and we really want to make sure that when we pounce, we would have done quite a bit of groundwork. And how long does it take to investigate? It normally takes 90 working days. However, there are cases that we really endeavor to speed up, especially given the status of this case. So I think in the next coming weeks, we will really be done with investigating this case. And Honorable Member, on the questions in slide 3, on this slide, we are talking about the real holder of the South African, owner of the South African ID. Unfortunately, we could not give the names, but we are talking to the real holder of the South African ID, who indeed 3 months when she returned to the Home Affairs to collect, she was informed that there was already someone who has applied for that identity document. So this is the real owner. And for this one, we are sure that she is the real owner, because when we checked the archives of the department, we found everything. When they applied, the mother used the documents that they used to apply. They were there in the archives of the department. On the other person, there were no documents in DHA repository. So the documents that we got is what we got from the hospitals, from the municipalities, and other places where we went to search for documents to trace the other mother.
Guys, we are enjoying this investigation, the way it is moving. So, you see, when you fake documents, you're not going to fake everything. The only thing they managed to fake, it was to fake the ID. But forgetting there is processes, there's other documents that support other documents, which they do not have. In this case, the mother, the original owner of the documents, of the ID, she had everything because she did not steal anything. They only went to Home Affairs. That's the only stupid thing they think. The only thing that you need is that to go to Home Affairs, forgetting this history, your school where you went to, the hospital where you went to give birth. All of these things need to be in place. But these people somehow, they believe that, or they can just fake that ID and all of a sudden now everything is perfect. No, when now investigation start, now it's going to reveal everything. Like in this case, things are being revealed. And when things are being revealed, there is nothing on the other part, on Chidimma's mother, which is Annabella. Is it Annabella Rongo? Rongo or something like that. Annabella Rongo. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Annabella, yeah, I think. And listen, let me call it Annabella if that's the name. But they forgot to fake other documents, which is impossible to fake them, guys. So what we're saying to you guys, stop doing these fraud things. It will take you nowhere. Just apply. Just follow the procedures. Stop scamming people. It's not going to get you nowhere. Just use your home. Why are you fighting for our South African ID? Why are you fighting for our South African passport? Why can't you use your own passport from the countries where you come from? Why are you fighting for our passport? Guys, this camera is about to shut off. Let me switch it on and switch it on. I mean, switch it off and switch it on again. Just hold on. Let me do it. Back. I'm back. Yeah, so guys, I was still saying, why do you need to forge our documents? You see, now it's coming back to you. Back to the center. Now they're looking for you. Now you're going to go to prison for the frauds that you committed. And we know many of you, there's still a lot of you have committed this crime. We are looking for you. You must know we are coming for you. Don't run away. We are coming for you. The borders must be closed. We are tired of this nonsense. We must fight for this country. We must fight. It makes us happy when we see our people doing the job. It makes us happy when we know it means we are safe. We just want to make sure that everything must be always be done like this. We will investigate you. We are coming for you. I know you are watching. I know you've got a fraudulent ID. We are coming for you. That passport that you have there, it's not yours. And you know it. I'm not talking about the people who have the right. I'm talking about those people who are scamming people. You know I'm talking to you and I'm telling the truth. Your heart is beating fast. Let's go.
Thank you, Chair. Like DG has indicated on the issue of the legal status of Chidimma, we have requested an external legal opinion, but at high level, her status followed that of the mother, and she was registered as a South African. Now that the mother's status is in question, in the event that the DG finally cancels that identity document, it will mean that the registration itself was fraudulent, and therefore that status cannot stand in law. She would qualify to apply under Section 4.3 of the Act, assuming that indeed she was born in the country and her birth was registered in terms of the Birth and Death Registration Act. And whilst I'm saying that, the problem that she would then face is that the legislature would not have anticipated a fraudulent registration of birth, so that she would not be able to benefit from that. And also it will depend on her movements in and out of the country, because it's a requirement that you should not be outside the country for more than 90 days at a time. So that will also then affect her. In terms of also the father, the department is still investigating, because from the document it is clear that the father also was involved in this registration of birth. So what we will need to check eventually, Chair, is when everything is cancelled, does it render her stateless? Does she have, for instance, Nigerian citizenship? Does she have Mozambican citizenship? I think we will have to navigate at that point in time whether then the cancellation of her own status may render her stateless. But that will actually happen when everything is done and the investigation is completed. Thank you, Chair.
Look, guys, I don't want to lie. I still feel bad for her. But her parents put their own daughter into this mess. They put themselves in this mess. And not only put themselves in this mess, put their own children in this mess. Greed. Greed is a problem. Greed is a problem. Being greedy. I hope many countries are learning to this. And I know even those stubborn Nigerians who don't want to believe, we just think we must just let it go. It can never be that we let it go. It is impossible, because should we let it go, we are setting ourselves for failure again. That you can just come here in our country and do as you please and we let it go. Nothing will be let it go. I feel sorry for her. I don't want to lie. I might be making these videos and look happy. No. I don't get it twisted. I feel bad for her. But sometimes also the actions that she takes. I mean, like even herself lying to Bruce. She told Bruce, okay, here they're worrying if she has a Nigerian passport. Bruce, the spokesperson, the president of Miss Nigeria, he confirmed that she told him that she has a Nigerian citizen. So we as South Africa, we need not to worry. Even the father said she's got dual citizenship. We need not to worry. She can go back home, while the father and the mother be taken to one of the prisons here, the one in Pretoria, the one in Johannesburg, one of the two. They must put them separate prisons. That's what they deserve. And they're very arrogant. From the day one, very arrogant. We've been wanting even to see them. They've been running away. Now our government to talk to them, we must via through the lawyers. Of course, they've got the right to have the lawyer to represent them. It's their right. But everything they were talking nicely, now they're doing this. Yeah? I just hope they don't run away. My prayer is that they must not run away. Please, Home Affairs, the Hawks, whoever's involved, the police must make sure these people must not run away, because that will be another embarrassment. This will be another Bushiri case. This will be another Gupta's case. You know, we're still waiting for Bushiri to come back to our country. Where is he? He's there in Malawi enjoying his things there and still doing his frauds and scamming people with church things. We must not allow these people. How many people came to this? These fake prophets came to our country and steal the money of our people and run away from this country. Many of them. We must fight for our people. We cannot allow you people. And you people can say whatever, oh, black South African hate foreigners, other black people. We don't give a shit. If that's what you want to believe, we say we don't give an F. If that's what you want to believe. Because we must just allow people to roam around in our country. How many countries that are in this country? How many countries, how many people are here in this country that we welcome every day? But people take advantage of us, and we must keep quiet when people take advantage of us. We are not going to keep quiet. We are not going to buy your faces. We don't buy your faces. We don't care about your faces. We don't care about your faces. We're not going to buy your faces if you think that's what we're going to do. That you think we'll sell our own countries. We know that those who are selling our country, we are not going to be part of that nonsense. This country is ours, and we'll protect this country. Guys, let's move on to the next one.
No, thank you very much, Chair. I think that most of the issues has been canvassed and responded to by the team. But just a few comments, and also to bring clarity on some of the issues. I think we all agree in this room that digital transformation is a way to go, and it will deal with a lot of our problems. If you look in terms of the Libyan citizens and how the visas were issued, a digital system will have limited human interface with direct applicants, and it will have taken all of that into the digital space, and we will not have had the problems we have had. And I think that it was very clear from the DG that it's not an issue of training. The DECO officials, when they leave their trade, they understand what they are supposed to be doing. But because the system is manual, it allows for human touch, which is flawed. That is why you see this. Whether intentional or unintentional, that is subject for investigation. But I think glaringly you will see slots being left out and everything. The system will have not allowed those applications to even be considered, because there will be a stop and internal control systems within the system itself. Now, I think one of the important projects that will deal with the issue is the implementation of the AP system, which now currently it is a testing in some of the aspects, particularly, for instance, the infants. The system says that for an infant to be registered, you must register a footprint of that particular instant, which means anybody else who comes later to try and register the infant in terms of the system, that person will not have been able to do so. So it will have avoided a lot of things that we faced when it comes to the Miss South Africa debacle. And I think Mrs. Gama has responded on the issue of the digitalization of record. Look, if we want to do a digital transformation, which we are all supporting, you must commit resources to it. That's the key issue. Because even with the digitization of records that we are dealing with, we are experiencing financial constraints with it. And I'm happy, Chair, that you have indicated that as a committee you will be doing oversight, which will also involve Treasury. I think that will help us unlock some of the problems and then continue with the digitization program. One of the things that we could do, you must remember this incident of Miss South Africa is something that happened in 2001. We did not have a smart ID then. It was a time when you could literally take a green barcoded ID, take out the face of another person, insert a face of another person, and you assume the identity of that person. Now, some of the projects that we are doing internally is the phasing off of this green barcoded ID. And digitization becomes key to it because it means we have to modernize all our offices. Once all your offices are modernized, you can then say, I'm no longer going to be issuing out green barcoded IDs, which will then deal with the issue. Now, one of the issues that I thought Mrs. Gama was going to talk to is that corrective action was taken in the issue of the mother. Remember, if we were saying about a legitimate mother who came and said, I can't register my child, and then both of them were told to surrender the duplicate, and then the original mother, which is the correct mother, submitted, and as such issued with a new ID number, then could continue with his life. It's the imposter who ran away with the documentation, but corrective action was taken there. Now, the last part is that when we do investigations,
this one is taking
videos. And I really plead with the committee that they really take note of this and keep it in heart and mind. That we are doing investigations with an intention of arresting people, prosecuting them, making sure ultimately that they get a sentence. Now, when we are dealing with criminals, they use lawfare as well to get out of the situation, especially on issues of process. And that is why it's very important for us to make sure that the process on dealing with those people is very clean, so that at the end of the day, they can be able to face the music. Otherwise, you can end up sitting with an illegal person in the country just on the basis that you did not follow the proper legal process on arresting that particular person. Thank you, Chair.
It is time to face the music. We can't do these investigations and people don't get arrested. It is time that all of these people must get arrested. I agree with him. There's no time wasted. We can't waste the taxpayers' money, all these resources for what? They must pay, they must face the music. And the music is to go to jail. That's where they belong. You come to this country and do your funny things, you will be held accountable. There is no way that you come to this country and do as you please. You think you will just do whatever you want to do and steal people's money, steal people's identity, and do all these crime things. There's still a lot of crimes that we need to deal with, and we must keep on reporting them. Look, if it was us, not us here being in this street, if it was not Twitter or X or YouTube or Facebook, whatever, all of these matters will not be here. We put the pressure. And look at the result. The result is everything is going smooth. Though we feel bad for the girl. I don't want to lie, Chidimma, I don't hate you. If you ever come across my videos, and I don't want you to think that I hate you. Unfortunately, your mother and your father put you in this. I hope you understand. They put you in this problem. And the problem is not just your case only. We're dealing, these cases are so many of them. We're trying to get rid of them. And unfortunately, yeah, it looks like you're going to be one of the people that then we set an example. But unfortunately, that's how it is. Your parents should not even have allowed you to enter Miss South Africa. They should have told you that ID that you have is not yours. So don't even go there, because it will bring the skeletons under the grave. That's what it did. It digs down and brings everything on the surface. I don't know if it was being arrogant. I don't know. It was because you thought maybe you're untouchable, or your parents thought that you're untouchable. If that audio of your father, that's the real audio, I don't know. I don't even know what to say to him. Arrogant. She deserved everything. She has the rights like any other South African person, knowing very well that she does not have no rights. But guys, let's go to the last clip here. Let's listen to this gentleman here. We need people like him in South Africa.
Yo, bro, they will drag you, they will crack jokes. Like now they are supporting Chidimma if she goes for Miss Universe Nigeria. And Chidimma will win. South Africans will waste their money to vote for that girl to win. I'm telling you guys right now. Just to spite you guys, because what Nigerians are not understanding is, because I'm even checking on my videos, the comments that are coming, you guys are not getting it. You guys are literally not getting it. So I came across this video. I'm going to play it in the background.
Where are all those South African races? Oh yeah, look at it. It happens.
So basically in Ireland, a black Nigerian has become Miss Universe in Ireland. So they're posting this and they're calling South African racist, xenophobics, yada, 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 yada. Man, you know what? The level of stupidity that Nigerians are showing in this situation is proof that they have no respect for people's countries. You guys literally have countries that don't want your passports anymore. Chidimma's situation is not the same like this girl. This girl did not, her mother did not steal no one's identity. The father did not lie about coming here in 2010. They did not do any type of fraud. Chidimma's identity, whole existence in South Africa is fraudulent. She literally, imagine having a fraudulent document and not being scared, going as far as entering a competition like Miss South Africa, which will take you to Miss Universe, Miss World, whatever they call it. You will represent the country as that year's most beautiful, most charismatic, most whatever it is, how they judge it, the reason they give it to them. And you're not even a real citizen, you're not even a South African, Marabafet. What are we doing? Some Nigerians, and I'm specifically speaking to Nigerians, forget everybody else. Let's speak to Nigerians because you guys are the ones making the most noise here. Are you serious? Do you guys know what your people are doing in people's countries? Do you want me to take my phone? I've got a lot of Nigerian friends. They're probably going to see all these videos. So they're going to get a bit scared, but I can pull it off. Do you want me to take my phone and show you guys what Nigerians do in this country? To take you guys to Nigerian communities to see how even South Africans can't walk there freely. How they harass South African women walking in the streets, how they treat South African women, the kind of businesses they are running, the kind of things they are doing. Nah, your guys are tripping. Nah, this your guys are tripping. Chidimma literally got her identification through fraudsters. Yes, we are hearing Chidimma did an interview with the Miss Universe Nigeria, and she claims that the case has been dropped. The Minister of Home Affairs came back with a tweet saying that that's not the case. So this girl went to Miss Nigeria and went to go lie that the case is being dropped, that she's actually South African, that the disrespect. Listen, all I know for a fact, Chidimma no longer has a life here in South Africa. There is no company that will hire her. There is nothing that she will be able to achieve in this country. Her actually living in this country may actually be a danger to her life. Because the level of disrespect is, I mean, you got your celebrities even commenting. Like, your guys are not understanding. If the identity was not acquired illegally, I'm going to even use myself as an example. So I have a legal identity. So if I tomorrow get a South African citizenship and I run for Mr. South Africa,
funny.
I'm going to have to obviously shave, get rid of. And I can actually enter. The reason I can enter is because I am legal. I did not acquire my permits illegally. Good big idea. Yo. Guys, it was not acquired illegally. So you won't have an issue with anybody. Aye, man. My brothers, my Nigerian brothers, what are we doing, man? What are we doing? I've lived in this country 27 years. I'm just coming from the mall with my kids and everything. Just went out a little, you know, it's a Sunday. I live in a very nice, peaceful, quiet area. No Nigerian in sight. I can give you a small example. We had a Nigerian guy move into our neighborhood. Within the space of 3 months, we had police walking in here left and right. We had robberies. The community came together and pleaded to them to leave. It's been over 10 years in my community, not a single crime, not a single theft, not a single nothing. Nine out of 10 times where there's a Nigerian involved, it's something illegal, it's something bad, it's never anything good. 9 out of 10 times. But yet we are here just trapping, disrespecting South Africa left and right. Man, I really hope, just so you guys can learn a lesson, South Africa revokes. The disrespect, you guys ain't getting it. Maybe you guys are being disrespectful because you guys just want a trend, because you guys are running out of content. I mean, Afrobeat ain't really doing much. Literally everything that is trending that is Nigerian is technically South African. Without South Africa, Nigeria literally won't have half of their content. Prove me wrong.
We need men like him who comes to this country, contribute, and don't take advantage of our country, and see the wrong and call it a spade. But most of these Nigerians, they always want to twist things to suit them so that we can allow as many of them to destroy our country. I've seen another clown saying, oh, this country has been calling Nigerians to come. These countries want Nigerians to come. There's no country in the world. That's the truth. There's no country in the world that is calling Nigerians. Show me. And these other one are crying. They're screaming, South Africa is xenophobic because another lady, she won Miss World. Why are your people running to other people's countries? If you say you are perfect, why are the people running away from your country? Going and compete in other countries. What is that you're not doing right? What is that if you claim to be the giant of Africa, you're not the giant of Africa, you're the giant of fraudsters. That's what you are. And you think we'll sit there and do nothing and say nothing. We'll call you for who you are. And I know it's going to break your heart, but it's the truth. And many of you are destroying for the good Nigerians. And I'm not going to come and sit and say there's no good Nigerians. We know there's good Nigerians. But the majority of you are just nonsense. You never want to take responsibilities. You never want to accept the wrong that you do. You always want to shift the blame to other people. When are you going to accept that here we are wrong? You can't. You always want to shift. Even this whole thing, everything's in play here. You can see, here's investigation, here's the truth. We give you evidence, we give you the receipts, we give you everything. But you still want to call South Africa xenophobic. Just because we don't want to accept fraudulent people in our country. We say, come nice, come proper, we'll accept you. But don't come here and jigga and do some cornering things and you think that we're going to accept nonsense. We're not going to accept nonsense. Just know that one. You understand? This is South Africa, guys. So guys, let me not make this video very long. I hope I've said everything. And those who keep on defaming our country, our government needs to start getting hold of you people. Those people are defaming our country. Those people are slandering our country. We can't sit here and allow you destroy the image of our country. Because this image, the thing that you're doing now, it will stay here for forever, and people will watch these things, and this is the perception that people will have. It will be engraved into their minds, into their hearts, because of your nonsense. And we must sit here and not defend our country. When we are being attacked, we must defend our country. And South Africa has been attacked. South Africa has been attacked, and we must defend our country. We should not sit here and not defend our country. If you're South African and your country has been attacked and you're saying nothing, shame on you. If you're South African and siding with these people like these celebrities who've been doing and selling our country, shame on you. Both so miserable, digestible, pel to rato. Shame on you. And I don't know why people are still following you. You speak and attack South Africans and sell out our country. Your pen and all these Pan-African things that are selling our country because of Pan-African. 99% of you are rubbish. 99% of this all Pan-African people are rubbish. How do you put other people before you put your country? How do you put other people before you put your country? And we're not saying put our people when they're wrong. Put even your people when they're right. Even when we are right, we've been pressed down and we're called names. That was xenophobic. We hate our African brother. We hate nobody. But we're not going to sit here and let you and slander our country and slander our name and defame our country, and we sit and say nothing. This is South Africa. We are not going to let this we're going to leave this South Africa. We must leave it for our children to be in a better place. The same way that our fathers and our mothers died for this country. And we must sit here. What did they die for? For people to come and sell drugs in our country, to come and kill our children? They died for our people, for our women to be raped, and we sit and say, Pan-African, 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 my food. You go eat your Pan-African. And those people who say they're not doing those Pan-African in their country. They're saying Pan-African because they want to come to South Africa. Pan-African, Pan-African everywhere. Tired of your Pan-African. 99% of you are rubbish because your mind is like this. You can't open up and see the truth. Because this is wrong. What these people are doing to this country are taking advantage of these people. Because of your Pan-African, you have lost yourself. You have lost yourself. Guys, my name is Hlulani, the Tsonga Prince from South Africa. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is the end of this video, guys. I'll see you on my next video. I just hope this video, I'll post this tomorrow because I must edit it tonight, guys. I love you, man. Peace. One love, man. We love Africa. Sharp, sharp. I'll see you on my next video, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe. Tell those who are next door. Tell your cousin. Tell them, hey, subscribe. Hey, take the phone. Let your sister subscribe too, guys. I love you. I love you, South Africa. I love you, Africa. Does not mean that I don't love you when I come and be honest. I love you. I love you, all of you. Mwah. Peace. Sharp, sharp.